Good morning and welcome to Senior Stretch. So we're going to do some more short stretches here, just a short sequence of them. So let's start with our legs out and let's just shake the legs. So notice how I always put my fingertips facing my hips, and then we're going to shake the legs across the mat. So this is a form called oscillation, which tends to reset the joints and loosen them up. Then we're going to walk right into a Baddha Konasana, soles of the feet together, remembering that we don't have to bring our heels way inside the line of the inner thighs. Just find a comfortable spot, and then use your hands on your toes and your elbows on your shins if you want to deepen. And we're going to go right into a forward bend. So remember when we do the forward bend that we're using what's called the flexed foot, or the bent ankle and the curled toe. So we don't want this and we don't want that. We want flexed feet, so the calves sit on the floor, the legs get activated, and we give ourselves a little more in the pose. Okay, we're going to reach our fingers up, fingers wide, and a good reach before you come over. And then reach for whatever you've got. Now you may not be as flexible as me, so your fingertips may come here, here, or your ankles. Wherever you are, just hang on, flatten the belly toward the thighs, and draw the head forward. Come on out, and with your legs one leg straight, you're going to bend your knee, extend your leg up, turn the biceps in so the inner elbows, we call these the eyes of the elbows, turn them in, and your leg might be bent like this, or it could be straight. You're looking for the stretch in the hamstring, so just take your time. Don't go farther than your body wants to go. So my rule of thumb in this is always, if in doubt, don't. If it hurts, don't do it. If you think it's going to hurt, don't do it. Come on out, give your legs a little shake. And again, two hands under the left foot, turning the biceps in. Little bend in the knee is just fine. Take it to wherever your body wants to go. And don't let this foot go slack. Keep that ankle bent. Keep both legs engaged. Then take the legs down, shake them out. We're going to take the legs around, and we're going to sit back on the heels. But notice when I do this, I'm connecting the inner thighs together, using my hands next to my knees as I sit down. This is a stretch for the knees, but I want the support of the inner thighs touching here. Then from here, I'm going to intertwine the fingers, take the palms away. Biceps by the ears, nice and easy. We're stretching the wrists while we wait for the knees to open up. And then come on out. Now notice what I do when I come out of this. I don't want to plant my hands here, so I'll take too much pressure in the knees. So I want to plant the hands right next to the knees, not on top of them, but just next to them. Press on up, then walk your hands into an all-fours position. We're going to go right into the cat-cow. So I'm going to coach the feet, which is cocking the toes and flattening the feet, but you can add them or not as you like. All right, so the form is no ski jump arms. This is a ski jump arm. We want the crease of the wrist right under the shoulder. The fingers are wide. You turn the eyes of the elbow or the biceps in. And from here, where knees are as wide as the hands, we're going to sway, look up, exhale and arch. Look at the belly button. Now I'm going to add the feet. Cock the toes and sway. Inhale. And then flatten the feet and arch. And again, biceps in, cock the toes and sway, inhale, and flatten the feet and arch. We're going to walk right into a child's pose, so the knees go out at an angle, the toes come back. You're going to come all the way down to the floor, and if this is too intense, come part way. If you can come all the way, then get your forehead all the way down to the floor. Then to walk yourself out, you're going to walk your hands back and walk yourselves back into an all-fours position. And we're going to go right into a balancing pose that studies are now showing are helping our brain. There's something about one arm, one leg, and on opposite sides of the body that helps the brain fire in a particularly healthy way that we now know even slows Alzheimer's symptoms in older adults. So we're going to take the right leg back. And notice that I'm not letting go of the leg or bending it. I'm straightening the leg in that flex foot position. Toes are curled back towards the shin. I'm pushing with the heel so the leg is straight and it's not high. It's just parallel. And then drop it down. I'm keeping an all fours position. Don't let your head fall. Keep your face parallel. Then lift your left leg, push with the heel, turn those biceps in. No bend in the elbows. It's a turn of the biceps towards each other. Drop it down. Right leg comes back. Turn this bicep in on the right side, and then take your left arm forward with the fingers wide, like you're reaching for something you want. And drop it down, and then left leg comes back. You're flexing that foot. Extend that right arm. Pull the left bicep in. Fingers are wide on the right hand. Drop it down. Now we're going to do it all at once. The leg and the arm together. This is the coordination part for your brain. So it's right leg, left arm, push with the right heel. Drop it down. Then it's left leg, right arm, push with the heel. And down to the floor. Right leg, left arm, push with the heel, bicep in. Down to the floor. Left leg, right arm, push. All the way down. Right leg, left arm. To the floor. Left leg, right arm. Coming down to the floor, press yourself back into that child's pose. If you want a little more juice here, leave your elbows off the earth and your fingers wide and press your forehead to the floor. So you're pushing a little more weight back into your hips and thighs. Then come on up. We're going right back to that balancing pose. Keeping the face parallel. Don't let it drop. Don't let it lift. It's just parallel to the earth. Here we go. Right leg, left arm, bending the right ankle, curling the toes. All the way out, other side. Left leg, right arm. Dropping it down. Right leg, left arm. Dropping it down. Left leg, right arm. And again. Right leg, left arm. And down, left leg, right arm. Two more. Drop it down, right leg, left arm. And down, and left leg, right arm. Good. And then walk your knees together, thighs together, and sit yourself back on your heels one more time. Intertwine the fingers, sit up, draw the biceps by the ears. Now we're going to take a little sway in the back here. So first we're going to drop our head, then draw our hands back. You go only as far as your knees will let you. Come on out, drop the hands either side of the knees, press up and walk yourself into an all fours. Then walk your knees over to one side, come down on the hips, walk yourself out into an easy straddle. So the straddle is a really nice way to open up the hips and the hamstrings at the same time, but we're not looking for our outer edge. That's my outer edge. I'm looking for just a comfortable spot. A nice rule of thumb in any kind of exercise is pull back from your edge an inch or two. Bend the ankles, curl the toes. Take your hands on your shins, bend your elbows, and draw your head forward. Come on out, draw the legs out in front of you, shake them out. Then walk yourself back into that comfortable straddle with the ankles bent, hands on the ankles, or if you can reach, 2 fingers around the big toes. All right, we're going to work on a little balancing pose here. So feet together one more time in the Baddha Konasana, opening up. Take your hands to your toes, move your toes back and forth. So this can be challenging for anyone, but we're going to work the balance point of it. So I'm going to show you face front first, and then we'll do it to the side. So 2 fingers around the big toes, roll back a bit, and just lift up your heels. Now what I'm using to do that is what I call the magic diamond. It's a little spot right here that will help me balance as I lay back. So I'm not forward. I'm sitting up. I'm rocking back till I find that flat spot and then holding that balance, utilizing my lower belly. And then coming forward, I'm going to take my hands to my toes, moving back and forth. And then from here, 2 fingers around the toes, I'm going to lay back and find that spot. I'm going to see if I can lift one leg. Might only be part way, might be all the way. Draw it back. If you need to touch your heel, great. If you don't, then don't. Take your leg out part way or all the way. All the way down, hands to the toes. Move the toes back and forth. Use your elbows, open the hips. Now we're going to do both legs at the same time. So here's what it looks like. 2 fingers around the toes. Try to use your belly more than hanging onto your toes for dear life. Okay? So we're going to roll back, find that balance point, then lift the legs. Now in this pose, you want to err more on the side of bending if you're fighting balance, right? If you feel completely balanced and open, you can open the legs all the way. The more you open, the harder it will be. Take the legs back in, Take your hands to your toes, move back and forth. So we now know that balance, especially as we get older, is a really important thing for our brain. So anything that we do that balances helps activate and fire the neurotransmitters in our brain in a healthy way. All right, so let's lay back one more time. We're lifting up. We're opening just to where we want to open. And then lift. If you're all the way out, turn those biceps in and wait for it. All the way out and to the floor. We're going to finish by taking a little happy baby. So happy baby is a bend in the knees, the arms inside the shins. Walk the hands around the outer edges of the feet. So it's not this, it's not this. The arms are inside. You just walk the hands around the foot and the elbows are inside the shins. And then take a nice stretch. Both knees into the chest, a little sway from side to side as you roll side to side. Coming out safely, we're going to bring the knees together. We're going to roll over to one side. Plant your hands. Gently ease yourself up with both hands. Come on back to a seated place. And thanks for joining us for Nagler Senior Stretch. There'll be more to come.